In all programming languages, writing conditional code is a common practice. Conditional code is commonly called an if-then or if-else statement. I've already used if statements previously in this course. It's pretty unavoidable. But now I'll go into the details of the if keyword, its associated keyword else, and how to put these keywords together. I'll start by declaring an integer value named month number, and I'll give it a value of 8. Then I'll write some conditional code to evaluate it. I'll start with the keyword if. In order to evaluate a condition, you place it within parentheses. The parentheses are required. Then you write the condition. I'm going to ask whether the month number is greater than or equal to 1, and it's less than or equal to 3. The double ampersand operator is the logical AND. The double pipe character, that's the character on the backslash key, is the logical OR. I'll add my braces, and then I'll add some output to the console, and I'll output the string, "You're in quarter 1. Now, because my condition turns out to be false, 8 is not greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to 3, I don't get any output at all. So now I'll add another condition. I'll start with the keyword else, and then the word if. And then I'll add another set of parentheses and another expression. This one will be very similar to the first one, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. And I'll change the numbers I'm looking for to 4 and 6. Then I'll add my braces, and I'll copy and paste my output, and I'll change the quarter to quarter 2. Then I'll copy and paste my else-if clause twice. I'll start copying with the keyword else and finish with the closing brace. Then I'll paste it in here and paste it in again. Then I'll change my numbers. For the third one, it'll be 7 and 9, and that means I'm in quarter 3. And for the last one, it'll be 10 and 12, and that'll be for quarter 4. I'll run my code, and I get back the expected feedback, "You're in quarter 3. But what happens if none of these conditions are true? At the end of all this, you can add an else clause. And within the else clause, you can put in whatever code you like, and I'll output the string, "That's an unknown month." Then I'll come up here and change my month number to 13, and I'll run my code, and I get the else statement. So each if clause can have any number of else-ifs, but it can only have one else, and the else clause goes at the end of the whole thing. The rules for an entire if-else block are that only one of these blocks can be executed, and as the flow of execution goes into one of those blocks, the rest of the blocks will be ignored. This is pretty conventional if-else logic, and the syntax matches what you see in most C-style languages. Some of the critical things to remember are that your conditions must be wrapped in parentheses, and each condition must be a valid Boolean expression. It's also worth mentioning that if you're only executing a single statement, you don't really need these braces. You could eliminate them, and then only the first statement after the if clause will be executed. But I usually include the braces for readability.